Hey y'all, my name is Grace and welcome to Grace Adventures. I honestly was not going to make this video because I don't want to stir the pot, but I feel like this time it's actually different. So, Kumba is rumored to be closing soon. Now, this rumor has been circulating around for forever, I get that, but I have been hearing from so many insiders that Kumba will actually be closing this year, and that this time it's not really a rumor and that it's actually happening. Now, we started to hear about this rumor on July 10th, 2026, and that was when all of this information started to be communicated. And if I was not more than 85% sure that Kumba was closing, I would not be making this video. And that extra 15% really wants me to believe that Kumba is not going to close. So, yeah. If y'all think I know ball about Busch Gardens Tampa, and if y'all think I know every single thing happening at that park, y'all are dead wrong. These are the Busch Gardens Junkies, aka Paul and Maggie. Paul and Maggie visit Busch Gardens every single week, and they post a video every single week about the things going on at Busch Gardens. And if that is the type of content that you are interested in when it comes to the honest and truthful Busch Gardens Tampa updates, I would definitely recommend going to support and subscribe to their channel because these guys are amazing people as well. But in yesterday's video, they said this about Kumba.
The reason why we were going to get a ride in on Kumba today is because there is so many rumors going around that this might be the end of Kumba, either by the end of this year or very soon.
Y'all, if Paul said this in his video, I would genuinely believe him, because a lot of the things that Paul communicates about Busch Gardens are very spot on, very correct. So in this video, I kind of want to play out the scenarios of why Kumba is closing this year and why Kumba isn't closing this year. I am going to start off with why it won't close. And the first reason is it literally just got refurbished. Yeah, remember when it closed in November 2024 and it opened back up in September of 2025? Me too. It received extensive maintenance on some of the track pieces, the ride supports, the lift hill, and literally almost the entire ride. You would honestly think because of that, Kumba would have a couple more years under its belt, right? Right? Another reason why it might not close is because this rumor of Kumba closing has been around for even longer than I have been a part of the coaster community, and I'm pretty sure it started back in 2022. So this could be just another year, another rumor. The last reason they might not be closing Kumba is because if Busch Gardens Tampa actually removes another ride, then that's a negative for Busch Gardens Tampa because they are genuinely limiting the number of attractions that they have. Okay, let's be real. They haven't even physically started on the replacements for Scorpion or Stanley Falls Flume, and they have only torn them down. Their next major attraction that is supposed to be opening up this year is the Lion and Hyena Ridge, and the last time I was at the park, they literally had that area barricaded, so it's not even open, and they literally advertised it to be opening in the springtime. So yeah, and I just want to point out the obvious, but Kumba is a high capacity attraction. It might be in the back of the park, but that train can fill 32 seats and 64 if they have two trains running at once. I was at Busch Gardens on 7-Eleven and they were running Montu on one train on a Saturday. And I thought that was absolutely bonkers because the line filled up outside. And it usually doesn't do that. So I was honestly genuinely confused why they had one train ops on one of the highest capacity attractions also in that park. So I'm just saying, if Kumba closes, then the only S-tier capacity attraction left in that park is Montu. And possibly Air Grover. And honestly, I feel like this would just be doing a disservice to themselves. So I'm going to get into the reasons why it will be closing this year. And my first biggest reason is that it's really old. Kumba is one of the most cycled B&M coasters out there. And it's been open since 1993, and Busch Gardens Tampa is a year-round park. Our coasters down here don't take breaks in the winter like the northern parks do, because this park operates year-round. Pretty much how Scorpion died off in a way. I'm pretty sure Kumba has received its maximum recommended lifetime cycles of 30 years. And this would be the time for Busch to make a decision to see if they want to do another major refurbishment, like retracting the ride or getting rid of it altogether. And I don't think anybody is gonna buy it like how someone could possibly buy Air Force One, because Kumba's big, Kumba's very old, and it's probably still very expensive to maintain. Like the refurbishment they did last year, that has to cost them a pretty penny. Speaking of its age, I feel like they want to get rid of it because they want newer attractions that will attract the general public. The reputation, and from what I have heard of this ride, is that you either love or you hate Kumba. It's not like private equity sucks the money out of this park, but if they were to invest something into Busch Gardens Tampa that will actually get people to buy tickets and annual passes, it would be a new roller coaster. And this honestly might be the start of the Giga rumors coming to life, because they have a lot of room back there for a Giga. And Busch Gardens Tampa would be breaking a record with building the very first 300-foot roller coaster in the state. So there's potential. One other thing is that the new park president of Busch Gardens Tampa, John Vieg, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. He was on the Coaster 101 podcast recently, and he was asked what the future of Busch Gardens Tampa looks like. And he said that there is going to be a lot of movement when it comes to announcements coming very soon.
One of the things I can share with you is we are going to see some movement over the next 6 months with some announcements. You're going to start seeing some movement on the property with some of our projects in terms of construction. One of the things that's really special to me about Busch Gardens Tampa Bay is the history of it. You know, it's a super historic park. It's got a very interesting and robust history about it. You know, it started in 1959. Part of being a business that's 67 years old is there's a lot of things that, you know, need to change over time, and, you know, a little bit of changing things out from here to there. And so you're going to start seeing some different movements and announcements over the next few months that we're excited to get out there.
I'm predicting that he's talking about the replacement for the Stanley Falls Flume, because there are rumors that a Mack water coaster is going to be in the general area of where Stanley Falls Flume used to be. But he also said that there are things that need to change over time. And that change I'm predicting could be Kumba going away soon. Regardless if Kumba is going away this year, next year, or the year after, it's eventually gonna go away. Let's be real, guys. Part of me feels like I would be doing a disservice if I didn't communicate this, because the rumor this time around actually sounds very serious. This time around, I want to be wrong. And I want to be wrong so I can just keep riding Kumba. But I remember when Kingda Ka closed in November of 2024. I just joined the coaster community that August, and when I was hearing these rumors, I was like, they are not going to close a roller coaster this influential and this iconic. And then they closed it. And it's the fact that they closed it without an official announcement. And honestly, I thought people were crazy planning all of these last minute trips up there. And at the time, I wish I believed those rumors. Even though I was not able to travel up there, I still wish that I believed the rumors that Kingda Ka was going to close. I think I was just super hopeful at the time, and I really wanted the credit and I really wanted to ride it, but all of the rumors were true about it. So I'm just saying there's a possibility that these rumors about Kumba could be true. Busch Gardens Tampa usually communicates ride closures, like with Scorpion and Stanley Falls Flume, usually 2 weeks out before their official closure dates. But I'm just saying the way United Parks and Resorts, their parent company, the people who run this park, I still wouldn't be surprised if this rumor was communicated 2 weeks out. Personally, I got a busy life, and I know some of y'all watching this video do as well. And if I was traveling from out of town to ride a roller coaster one more time before it closes, I feel like 2 weeks would not be enough time for me to plan a trip and get my final rides in. I've been hearing rumors that it'll be closing around the time Summer Nights is ending or any time after that. Or I can even see them doing it in September because that is when the Stanley Falls Flume and Scorpion both closed. Even if these rumors this year are false, I feel like these rumors have been around for years because people are always speculating the future of this ride. And I feel like it's because this is one of the most iconic B&Ms to ever exist. And there probably won't be anything like this to ever exist again. All I can say is I recommend still riding this roller coaster as many times as you can, and that nothing is solidified till the park actually announces it. What do y'all think about these rumors of Kumba? Do y'all think it's actually gonna close, or do y'all think that we're beating a dead horse again? As always, thanks y'all for watching Grace Adventures, where every day is a ride, and may your next adventure be epic.